Hey guys, hi. Thank you for joining me today. This is Amy L, and this is Healthier with Amy L, where I try to show you some tips and some tricks to help you be a little bit healthier. And I follow WW, and if you do, that's great. And if you don't, that's okay. This might still be useful to you, especially today. So today, guys, I have a really good hack that I'm very excited to share with you. I have kids and a husband, and sometimes when we have pancakes for dinner, I get frustrated because I'm standing at the skillet making pancakes over and over again, and we end up either me trying to put a whole bunch of them into the oven to keep them warm and they end up kind of drying out a little bit, or making them and everyone eats at slightly different times. And sometimes it's nice if you're cooking for a crowd to have everything done at once. And so this hack could be for if you have a bunch of people over for a brunch or even a book club, or if you have a larger family just cooking for a crowd. This is a good hack. We can do pancakes in a sheet pan. Okay, so I used Kodiak pancake mix, and this comes in different flavors. I do it because on WW it's high in protein, low in saturated fat, 0 grams of saturated fat, also pretty low in sugar. It's got 3 grams of sugar in it, which makes the points value pretty low. So a serving, depending on if you do the chocolate chip or the dark chocolate or the buttermilk, a serving is about 3 pancakes and it's 5 or 6 points. But like I said, you have that frustration. But this is the box mix that I used. I also found at Aldi's an alternative. It looks very similar. I'll give you my thoughts on that, but this is another product, and I'm starting to see at like Target and Food Line other high protein alternatives come up for pancakes, so you might want to check the points value of that. But here's what you do. You make your pancake mix. And for this recipe, I used an entire box, which depending on the flavor is either 18 ounces, 18 and a half ounces, or 20 ounces. But I used a whole box of pancake mix. Then I added roughly an equal amount of water. So I started with 2 cups of water, and I have one here because I wanted to show you the consistency you're looking for. Okay, here's what you're looking for. Okay, so you see how that falls down like sheets of paper? That's what you're looking for. So you might need to adjust your mix to water ratio to get the right amount. You're looking for it not to be so runny that it just falls off of the fork, but also not so thick that it comes out in like globs. So you make your mix, then you take a sheet pan with a rim on it. Really important tip here is to put down parchment paper and then spray the parchment paper. So on the bottom of the sheet pan, parchment paper, and spray it. Pour your mix in. Add your toppings, and look what we get. Isn't this awesome, guys? So here's what I did, and here's where it could be really fun for a family with different taste or for a brunch, is that I used the buttermilk mix, and then I put toppings on the top. So I did apples, these are peanut butter chips, blueberries, mini chocolate chips, and craisins. And then look, wait for it, wait for it. You can lift the whole thing out and put it on your serving tray and cut slices. So here's the, when I put it into Recipe Builder without the toppings, so you have to add points depending on what toppings you put on. Not for the blueberries or the apples, but for chocolate chips and craisins, you would have to add points. I said that this serves 8. Which I think is pretty generous. And if it serves 8, then it's 5 points per serving. If you want to know details, this pan that I use says 17 1/4 by 11 1/2 inches. I think if it was smaller, you would just have it poofier, and if it was bigger, it would be thinner. I think it would be okay. I baked it for 12 minutes at 350, and then it needed about another minute. But so what I would do is, because depending on your oven, I would put it in for 10 minutes, and then I would check it to see if it's done. Mini chocolate chips. These are the sugar-free chocolate chips if you're looking for a lower point alternative. You could put syrup on it if you want. You could put regular syrup, or I like the sugar-free syrup because I think 1/4 cup is 1 point. I found mini chocolate chips, or mini peanut butter chips. I did a box of craisins, but listen to the possibilities, guys. We could imagine 4th of July breakfast. You could do a flag, right? Like you could do craisins for your red. You could do coconut, like coconut shreds for your white. You could do blue for your blueberries. Takeaway on this, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try to show you. For the apples, it released some water, so it looks like it might be a little bit gushier. So I wouldn't put something like pineapple, and I'm not sure about strawberries. It might release too much liquid to have it fully cook around, but you could play around with it. So we could do themed ones. You could probably put it in a cake pan. That was a design. You could make it a savory thing with like turkey bacon or onions or mushrooms, maybe. I don't know, but it's a really fun thing to play around with. I hope you like this tip. Did I give you all the information? Full box of pancake mix, about 2 cups of water, add more to get it to the right consistency. You're going to bake it at 350 in a rimmed sheet pan with parchment paper sprayed with Pam on the bottom. Then the mix goes on the top of that. 350 about, I would check it at 10 minutes, expect it to take 12 to 13 minutes, 8 servings, 5 points per serving under green. That's it. Thanks, guys. Bye. I hope you like this tip.